Okay, so it's come to my attention that I forgot to make a day 3 video. My bad. So let me quick do it in case you want to go back and look at it. Day 3, this is all about functions in section 1.2. And you probably know most of this already because of last year. But just as a reminder, remember the domain is the first set of numbers. Usually it's the x values. And the second set is called the range. Okay? So when we talk about functions, we're talking about each member in the domain corresponds to exactly one member in the range. So when I look at this example here that I stole from the book, notice that -6 only goes to 36. It doesn't go someplace else. It just goes to 36. So even though two numbers go to the same, that's okay. As long as one number doesn't go to two places, that would be bad. So this is an example of a function. If I look at the next one, notice the next one is not a function because of a couple or 3 of the presidents. Obama got to nominate 2, Bush got to nominate 2, and Clinton got to do 2. The only one that got 1 was George H.W. Bush. So that is not a function because the x values are used more than once. So that's not a function, okay? All right, so now we look at this table and see if we can decide if it's a function or not. So years in which a presidential election occurs, so like this year would be 2020, 2024, and then the set of presidents. So ask yourself, in 1 year, can there be more than one president elected? And you're like, no. So this is a function because I can't have more than one president. Now, a VIN, your friends in class today didn't know what VINs were. VIN stands for Vehicle Identification Number. And each vehicle gets its own number. That's how the police can trace things. So if all the automobiles that are produced...
Aliana, come to the main office, please. Aliana. Right. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Each automobile, can it have more than one VIN? And the answer is no, it can't. So it's a function. So here, the next one is all the set of pro golfers who've won a tournament. And then this is all the tournaments. Can a golfer win more than one tournament? And the answer is, of course he can, or she. PGA, so that's all men. So of course they can. So we should say this is not a function because one golfer can win more than one tournament. If I flip it around, if I have the tournaments as my domain, can there be more than one winner at a tournament? And that answer is no, so this is a function. Each golf tournament gets at most one winner. Okay, so if I slide down, I'm going to skip that. I don't even know what that was anymore. So look at the domain and range here. Notice your domain, those are your x values. So this is like 2, 3, 4. And my range is the y values, which are 10, 15, and 20. Does 2 go to 2 different numbers? And the answer is no. So each of those domains is 1. So this is a function. And I look at the next one, my domain is 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm only going to write the 1 once. And my range is 3, 5, 7, and 9. Is this a function? This is not a function because 1 is paired with 4 numbers. So this is not a function. Okay, so back in the day, you used to call it f of x, or the function of x. So we would write f of x. So here I have y equals 3x. We can say that y is a function of x. Y depends on x. So this is f of x is equal to 3x. So remember when we found these, all you had to do was plug it in. 3 times whatever's in the parentheses is what we're doing here for this function. 3 times whatever's in the parentheses. So this is 3 times whatever's in the parentheses. This is, my negative signs and equals are kind of quirky. 3 times whatever's in parentheses, which is 3b. This becomes 3 times whatever's in parentheses, which is z plus 5, which is 3z plus 15. This is 3 times whatever's in parentheses, which is 6x. Okay? So then we had some more practice. I'm going to kind of skip those, I think, because I'm going to run out of time. So what about a graph? Can you find the function value based on the graph? So we're looking for f of 3. So 1, 2, 3. This is the x value 3. What's the y value that goes with that? 0. So negative 1 is over here. So I'm going to have to go down until I run into the curve and then see what y value that is. That y value is negative 4. And if I do f of 0, here's 0, go down until I hit the graph, and that looks like it's at negative 6. Okay? I think that's it. All right, I hope that helps.